The internet is a dark and often scary place, full of hidden corners and dark alleys that we may not even know exist. It is a place where people can connect and express themselves like never before, but it can also be a place where danger lurks. In this video, we will explore a few scary cases of when OnlyFans went wrong and it led to the death of someone involved. There are several people lurking on the internet right now who have been dubbed the OnlyFans murderers. These people have sent shockwaves throughout the internet and raised serious questions about the safety and regulation of these types of websites. Online obsession has become a major concern in our society. The rise of social media platforms and streaming websites have made it easier than ever to connect with people from all over the world. However, with convenience comes danger. The shocking true story of the OnlyFans murderer highlights the terrifying consequences of online obsession. The story of Alice and John. It all started when a young woman named Alice decided to start an OnlyFans account. She was looking for a way to make some extra money and figured that sharing risk photos and videos online would be an easy way to do it. Little did she know that her decision would lead to her untimely demise. Alice quickly gained a following on the platform, with many subscribers willing to pay top dollar for access to her content. One of these subscribers was a man named John, who quickly became obsessed with Alice. He would send her countless messages, begging her for more explicit content and telling her how much he wanted to meet her in person. Alice initially brushed him off, assuming he was just another overzealous fan, but as time went on, John's messages became increasingly aggressive and threatening. Alice's friends and family urged her to stop posting on OnlyFans and block John, but she refused. She was making too much money and didn't want to lose her income stream. This decision ultimately cost her her life. One day, John showed up at Alice's apartment and brutally murdered her in a fit of rage. The OnlyFans murderer case is a terrifying reminder of the dangers of online obsession. It's easy to become enamored with someone online, but it's important to remember that the people behind our screens are real human beings, deserving of respect and dignity. If you notice someone becoming overly fixated on you or your content, it's important to take steps to protect yourself. Block them, report them, and don't engage with them further. Online obsession can quickly spiral out of control, and the consequences can be deadly. The story of Krisha Richard Mark. The OnlyFans murderer has become a haunting figure in today's online sphere. This individual, whose real name is Richard Mark, was charged with the brutal murder of his fiancée, Krisha, in December of 2020. The couple had been together for 2 years and appeared to be deeply in love. However, things took a sinister turn when Mark discovered that Krisha had created an OnlyFans account, an adult subscription service that allows content creators to share explicit content with their fans for a fee. Despite the fact that Krisha had only made a few $100s on the platform, Mark's obsession with her account grew, and he began to regularly monitor her activity on OnlyFans. In the days leading up to her murder, Mark's behavior became increasingly erratic. He demanded that Krisha close her OnlyFans account and threatened her with violence if she didn't comply. Despite her fears, Krisha refused to give up her newfound source of income, and Mark took matters into his own hands. After her death, it was revealed that Mark had gone to great lengths to try and cover up his involvement in the crime. He had even gone so far as to create a fake OnlyFans account in Krisha's name in an attempt to make it look like she had defrauded her subscribers. The tragedy of this case is not just the loss of a young woman's life, but the terrifying reality of online obsession and the dangers that can arise from it. The OnlyFans platform has become a popular source of income for many people, but it has also attracted a darker side. This case serves as a stark reminder that the internet can be a dangerous place and that we must all take steps to protect ourselves from those who would do us harm. It is a story that will continue to haunt us well into the future as we grapple with the complex issues of online privacy, mental health, and the dark underbelly of the digital world. The story of Rebecca Landreth, Kevin Spangler. It's a story that will send shivers down your spine, a tale of lust, greed, and murder. It all started with Rebecca Landreth, a beautiful and aspiring model with a dream of making it big. But her journey to fame took a deadly turn when she became the victim of a fatal obsession. The obsessed individual, a man named Kevin Spangler, was hooked on her OnlyFans account and couldn't get enough of her provocative photographs and videos. He started sending her messages, flowers, even gifts, but it wasn't enough. His infatuation with her spiraled out of control, and he decided to take things to the next level. Spangler brutally murdered Landreth in her own home, leaving her family and friends devastated. It's a tale that highlights the dark underbelly of the internet and how obsession can lead to fatal consequences. Landreth's story serves as a cautionary tale for those exploring the world of online modeling, reminding them of the dangers that lurk in the shadows. But the sad reality is that there are still countless individuals like Spangler out there, lurking in the shadows, looking for their next victim. The story of Kevin Bacon and Mark Latunsky. The internet can be a powerful tool for connecting with others, but it can also be a dark and dangerous place. That lesson was tragically learned by the family of Kevin Bacon, a Michigan man who was brutally murdered in December 2019. The suspect in his killing was eventually identified as Mark Latunsky, a man with a disturbing history of mental illness and violent behavior. But what made Latunsky's case especially chilling was the involvement of OnlyFans, a subscription-based website that allows creators to share adult content with paying subscribers. According to reports, Latunsky had become obsessed with a young man he had met on the site and had lured him to his home with the promise of sex. The ensuing violence was horrific and left Bacon's family reeling. But thanks to the tireless work of investigators and the bravery of those who shared their stories, this murder mystery has now been solved. The story of Amberly Barnett. The investigation into the murder of 23-year-old Amberly Barnett sheds light on the chilling reality of fatal attraction in the online world. Barnett, a model and OnlyFans content creator, was stalked and ultimately murdered by Joshua Oxford, a man she had never met in person but had communicated with through social media. The investigation revealed that Oxford had become fixated on Barnett's explicit content, and after she ended their online relationship, he became increasingly aggressive and threatening towards her. Oxford's obsession ultimately led him to kidnap and fatally strangle Barnett, leaving her body in a shallow grave. The case highlights the dangers of online obsession and the need for stricter regulations within the online marketplace, particularly surrounding content that may attract unwanted attention. As we continue to navigate the murky waters of technology and human connection, it's vital to remember that the digital world can have very real and tragic consequences. The impact on the victim's family. The impact on the victim's family in all these cases is immeasurable, with emotional and financial burdens that will likely last a lifetime. It's impossible not to feel sympathy towards them and to question how something so tragic could happen in the first place. This case serves as a warning for others to be cautious when interacting with strangers online and to always be aware of the dangers that come with putting yourself out there. As this story continues to unfold, we can only hope that justice will be served for the victim, their family, and all those affected by this heinous crime. Social media's role in exacerbating the situation. In a world where social media dominates our daily lives, the OnlyFans murderers give us all a wake-up call for society to recognize that social media is not just harmless fun. It can have real-life consequences, and if not navigated carefully, can result in devastating outcomes. The stories also highlights the need to prioritize mental health and well-being, particularly in the age of social media. We must be vigilant and acknowledge the power that technology holds over us. The internet can be a dangerous place, and it's important to always prioritize your safety and well-being above all else. The OnlyFans phenomenon is emblematic of a broader cultural shift towards greater individualism and instant gratification.